Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
How about a kicker Cam Little?
Cook puts it down. Little's kick is up. The 70-yard field goal is good! Yeah! He just made a 70-yarder! He ended the half on a 70-yard field goal! How good is that?
That's good, Frank. That is good. You are right. That's incredibly good.
Cam Little, this kicker out of Arkansas, drafted last year in the 6th round. This dude, Little, hits big balls. I mean, he is so incredibly impressive.
He drills it from 52 yards. That's Cam Little. Cam Little kicks it up, and the field goal is good, and we are tied. He drilled it.
Man, he's a stud. You should see him hit a golf ball. I mean, it's like the same that you see out here. I mean, he's explosive. The ball jumps off his foot. He's got multiple different kicks in his repertoire in the kickoff game as well. And he's really fun to be around.
Cam Little kicks it up. The 68-yard field goal is good! He drilled it from 68 yards!
There's so many good kickers around this league. There's so many guys that are very, very capable of hitting that kick. It just all comes a matter of, when you get the opportunity, seizing it.
A 67-yarder from the right hash. Logan Cook will put it down. There's the hold. There's the kick. The 67-yard field goal is good!
Cam Little hits massive balls. I mean, this dude just murders balls.
Now, Jaguars Today on 1010XL with Mike Dempsey, Fat Tony, and RJ Saunders.
All right, welcome in, everybody, to Jaguars Today on this Tuesday. Good morning, Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and RJ Saunders here with you, talking Jag Ball for the next couple of hours. Just about ready to start the NFL Scouting Combine. Jags will be in attendance, just not the forward-facing members of the organization. Tony, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Combine week. Will you be watching much Combine? What will be your focus?
I may pop it on, when I'm home and it's going on, but it's not like I'm going to be locked in.
It's like a background noise kind of thing. You see all the best performances anyway.
Like, I don't mind having it on just to kind of hear the conversation about the prospects that goes on during the coverage of it. Like, that's kind of the reason to tune in, not so much that I am all that hyped to see anybody in particular work out. Especially with where the Jags are going to be drafting. Look, we've done the mock drafts here for the last couple Mondays. I have no idea, what direction any of this is going to go with the Jags at 56 or beyond.
Whether these players are going to be available where we're taking them.
Right. Like, it's really hard to tell. And like we talked about yesterday on the show, maybe we try to figure out for whatever the upcoming mock drafts are going to be, is there a player that would be worth trading back into the back end of the first round to trade for if he was still available at the end of the first round, and what would that cost? Maybe we can play around with some of the math of that as we continue to do the mock drafts, but even that's going to be dependent on whether or not they even get to where you can trade for them.
Yeah, and when these boards start to coalesce too, right? Like the everyone's got their big board rankings, and then they're going to tell you, what is it, 95% film, right, Tone? And then the rankings will start to vary wildly.
Until they hear from the whole league at the Combine.
Right.
Yeah.
And, well, here's what I'd like to know. In the last month, Omar Cooper, the Indiana wide receiver, who made the catch against Penn State in the back of the end zone, really, that was Fernando Mendoza's Heisman moment with the air quotes. Really, Omar Cooper Jr.'s big play, regardless. He was unranked a month ago for Daniel Jeremiah in his top 50. He's now the 19th best player coming out of college. How did that happen?
That's nice.
He's a redshirt junior, so he didn't participate in the Senior Bowl. I mean, how did his stock go up? And they'll tell you what. Well, because what they'll do is they say we evaluate on the tape, and then the guy runs a 40 that's fast. Well, we had to go back and recheck the tape. So are you not doing it right the first time? And this is not Daniel Jeremiah exclusively. This is
the process.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Because ultimately, I think most of them are afraid to be outliers based on the consensus. That maybe they want to be first to the consensus position, but you didn't see anybody last year. You didn't see too many people that I can recall having Shedeur Sanders as like a third or fourth round draft pick.
Right.
Well, he ended up going in the fifth. last year because nobody wants to look foolish if it doesn't go that way. Yet every year, Tone, I don't know, what's the percentage? A third of the first round are massive disappointments. I don't want to necessarily call them all outright busts because it takes you a little while to develop at times. But how did you not know that? Or did you fall into the groupthink of everybody else? You know, and I understand it's not an exact science, but this is the thing that makes me just chuckle when a guy just jumps up completely out of the top 50 into the top 20 in a month when he didn't do anything. How did that happen? Don't know. So we got that to look forward to this the next few weeks with all the board movement going on. RJ Saunders, what's up with you?
What's the haps, guys? How are you?
I don't know. You tell us.
I mean, it's another day of doing Jaguars Today, man.
It is another day in paradise.
Absolutely.
Around these parts. By the way, I watched the first two of the 3 new episodes that are out for season 2 of Paradise with my wife. And episode 3 is literally named Another Day in Paradise. So we'll be watching that one tonight. But
now, do all of the episodes like have something to do with Paradise in the episode title?
Paradise is the name of a city in the show. Okay, so they all relate to that basically. You know, that's the name of the series. So anyway, every title does not have something to do with the word paradise or the name of the city or anything like that. It just so happens, lucky me, I've got that to look forward to tonight. It's a good one. I don't know. It's a completely different series in season 2 than it was in season 1. But regardless, again, that time of year. Tuesday top 5 today, Tone. I feel like the challenge today for the top 5 is not to come up with the 5. It's to place them in the right order today. And today we're looking at the 5 positions that are most likely to have a new starter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I've seen some people suggest some names that I look at and go, that guy's already a starter. But maybe you're looking at it from the prospect of who are the starters opening day last year compared to who do you expect them to be this time around? And that's fair. Like, I look at Parker Washington, I feel like he's already a starting wide receiver for this football team. But if you don't look at it that way, that's put it this way. If you put in Parker Washington, I'm going to take it on the 1 year, like the September to September view of the roster.
Yeah, mine, I did very similar to you. It was, were they a starter at the end of the year at the position? That's who I'm considering the starter.
That's kind of what I did, you know, and then it becomes your order of confidence on which some of these guys may be back, some of them may not be back. And how you end up ranking them gives you a little bit of a feel and a window into how we feel about the likelihood of some of these free agents, restricted free agents, what have you, returning to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'd love to see your list today, so you can share them with us. If you want to get in on the program on the Key Buick GMC phone lines, you can do that at 641-1010. Same number will work for the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Find us on the social media platforms at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at R has no J. Wasn't sure if we're getting any more. Right there. That's it.
That's it.
All right. I'm just trying to get into the rhythm of RJ Saunders now. I feel like you're blossoming like a wonderful blossom of some kind.
I'll take it.
That's as nice a compliment as you're going to get from me today, young man. And you can stream us today on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. Do what you like with that information. Love for you to be a part of the program today. We'll take a look at Daniel Jeremiah's top 50. I got a piece at SI.com, second-year player breakout candidates. Jags should have some good candidates to be on that list, and will they? We'll get into that a little bit today, and we'll do our top 5 countdown of the positions for Jacksonville that is most likely or are most likely to have new starters in 2026. With Tony Smith and RJ Saunders, I'm Mike Dempsey. Be a part of it today. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here. Going to tell you about a great golf tournament coming to the First Coast. It's coming up in a hurry. You have the opportunity to see LPGA Tour stars of tomorrow. They'll be competing at Atlantic Beach Country Club March 5th through March 7th with the Epsom Tours Atlantic Beach Classic. It's presented by Access Golf, and it's the first stop on the pathway to the top 15 ladies getting their LPGA Tour cards at the end of the season. So get out there, beat the curve, watch some great golf, support the ladies of tomorrow. The IQ Fiber Linkside Lounge, the best value going for the tournament with an all-inclusive ticket, with food, beer, wine, and spirits for only $100. Visit AtlanticBeachClassic.com. All you have to do then is enter promo code IQ to get that special rate. And Friday afternoon, you get a fantastic Fairways to Fashion show presented by Bosco Builders featuring Epsom Tour players and Atlantic Beach boutique stores. Limited tickets available. Visit AtlanticBeachClassic.com.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. At 1010XL, we wear helmets and pads.
We hit, we win.
Get in the game every day.
And you do that in all things.
With 1010XL.
The riders who face Daytona Supercross are built different. Withstanding the most unforgiving and grueling track is not just a point of pride, but of pure grit and determination. This battle can only be felt in person. Witness the action unfold at the only place in Florida where the biggest names will battle it out under the lights. Daytona Supercross is built different. It's built for champions. It's built for fans. The gate drops Saturday, February 28th. There's only one place to be. Secure your tickets and trackside access at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Jaguars Today Tuesday, kept pest-free by Julington Creek Pest Control.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He speaks softly and carries a suitcase full of stories.
The quarterback whisperer.
Get an inside look at football's greatest position with Denny Thompson. Friday mornings on The Drill. Tuned up by George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Hey friends, Frank Frangie here. A new year is the perfect time to make sure your car is ready for the road ahead. And nothing gives you more confidence than a fresh set of tires from my friends at Big Chief Tire. I've trusted them for years. They take great care of me, and they'll take great care of you. Start 2026 with a smoother, safer ride. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today and let Big Chief get you rolling.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. I'm celebrating a little anniversary this week. 2 years ago, I hit my goal weight with a Waco 180. 40 pounds gone, and now I know it's not 100 plus like Hacker, but 40 was my number. That was the weight holding me back, slowing me down. And the best part? Free maintenance for life. That's the difference. I didn't do it with meds, didn't do it with side effects, didn't rely on a shortcut that I had to stay on forever. I did it with a plan, awesome coaching, and learning how to eat in a way that actually works in real life. Awaken 180 knows you travel, knows you eat out, knows you have cravings. A real-life plan for real-life people. Maybe your number's 25 pounds. Maybe it's 40 like mine. Maybe it's over 100 like Hacker. Whatever your number is, we're proof you can reach it and keep it off without putting something in your body you don't want there. Awaken 180 works. Get your number at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
Hi, I'm Leah Lynch with the Soulsbacher Center. Thanks to the players, we are providing affordable access to housing, healthcare, and opportunities to economic growth in our community. It's 14 days till the players.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, Tony Smith, you know who Justin Mello is? Justin Mello.
No.
Okay, he's not a draft prospect. I should have done A, is he a draft prospect? B, is he an NFL front office executive? No, he's a writer for Sports Illustrated. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he did a mock that he put out yesterday, apparently after our mock draft Monday, and I would like to thank Justin Mello for listening to Jaguars Today, as he had Anthony Hill, Texas linebacker, mocked to the Jags at 56, as all smart mock drafters had yesterday. He said the Jags appear primed to lose starting linebacker Devin Lloyd to free agency. Hey, Slow down. We haven't started our top 5. James Gladstone could use his first selection to draft Lloyd's replacement. Texas linebacker Anthony Hill Jr. is long and athletic with high-level instincts and a fierce ability to trigger downhill, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, like, what does that mean? To run to the ball, to tackle? He's triggering downhill. Every year, they got to come up with just a new phrase, and they act like everyone, oh, you don't know what trigger downhill means?
Right.
Yeah, because no one's ever spoken those words in succession before. Now, that may not be the case for trigger downhill, but it's just like a scratching the surface example of the absurdity of draft talk. I do love it. It's
the
it's
NFL
it's
is
a
its
love-hate
own
relationship.
vocabulary, right? Like
They totally do.
We had the guy last week that was it was a defensive tackle that there's a lot of gravity around him.
Yes, the gravity. He said something about the way he creates gravity. That was a unique way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
in other
okay.
words, he draws multiple blockers.
Yeah.
On the offensive line.
They
Sure.
stick to him.
Right.
Yeah. Like once he gets his hands on them, they're not going
He's
anywhere.
Jupiter, and you are a little meteor getting sucked into its orbit,
Right.
and eventually crashing into the.
Like I don't
the great
mind
red
some of
spot.
the new like that one makes a lot of sense to me. And
they all can make
like
sense.
that one, like the gravity one. It was like I kind of like that. Like I'm
Right.
surprised it took me that long to hear that kind of term for that specific skill that a player would have.
I think I have heard that before. Maybe not in the exact way he used it. Like I even get trigger downhill. I get it. Like it's attacking without hesitation. That's
moving
the trigger
forward
part
when he needs to be moving
and
forward.
And it's
Yeah.
the ability to recognize and diagnose and trigger to switch from the diagnosis part to the action part. You know, what your mind is and your eyes are seeing and how it happens quickly. Either way. Just throwing that one out there. I didn't see any 3-round mocks out there today, but I do like the 1-round mockers who at least take into account the teams that don't have a pick in the first round. What are the other teams without a pick in the first round this year, Tony? There are 4 teams without a first-round pick this year. You got the Jags. Who else you got? Who traded their first rounder during the draft last year?
Yeah, I can't.
Atlanta did. Remember that? Atlanta did it for Pierce.
They did.
The Colts traded theirs for Sauce Gardner.
Yep.
As part of that deal, and Green Bay did for Micah Parsons as well. So, but all those teams pick ahead of the Jags, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's because we had a really good record, or the Jags had a really good record in 2025. That's what you're shooting for.
No doubt.
Anyway, so, all right, where are we at here? I had something right in front of me that I wanted to get into. We're not going to start the countdown until next segment right here. Oh, yes. I told you that also, I think this was at SI as well. 5 NFL rookies who will make the leap in 2026. In other words, maybe they flash, maybe they didn't. Whatever. But they're going to take that big step forward in their second season. It's funny because you do hear NFL players' second year, right? Now you know what to expect. You hit the ground running. You had a little break for the first time. Your body had time to recover. You don't get that immediately after college because you're right into training, all these things. But what else do we hear? Sophomore slump.
Yeah.
So which is it? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it really comes down to the individual and their talent and trajectory and the coaching that they're getting. So I told you all 5 of these guys are first-round picks from last year.
Okay.
Tell me which 5 you think they predicted to make a big second-year leap here in 2026.
The 2 that I'm most sure of to be on that list would be Ashton Genty and Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter's numero uno on this list. Genty is 4th on this list. Let me tell you what they said about Hunter. This was, I feel like you want to cover all your bases. Here's what you write, okay? Hunter was my biggest gamble of the top 100 list for 2026, and I'm sticking with him here for these rankings. Was he in his top 100 for 2026?
Okay.
Several All-Pros in the mid. This is Gilbert Manzano. This is a projection on who will be the
What he
top
thinks
100
it'll be.
players
Yeah.
this year. Did this just come out this morning? No, this has been out for a while. I never saw this piece that he did, but he has Travis Hunter's in the profile picture at the top of the story. He's got him at number 43. No, he's got number 44. Trevor Lawrence. Would we take that right now? Anybody not signing up for those 2 guys being top 50 players this year? Would that be a suitable jump for Trevor Lawrence, Tone? Like we were looking at what it was at PFF's list, had him at 72.
Yeah.
Coming out of last season. I would like him to be considered 44th best player in the National Football League.
Certainly not getting any worse if he does that.
No, I mean, right. That's another step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd like him to be the number one player in the National Football League. I'm just scrolling through here to see if there are any other, like if Devin Lloyd came in earlier. I don't know that they did. That might be the two highest ranked Jaguar players. This piece of the article only goes 50 through 11, but that totally got past the goalie in this case with Travis Hunter being projected in the top 40. So I'm going to have to go back and read what he said. But here is what was said about Travis Hunter in this piece. I guess Gilbert Manzano must have done this as well. He was his biggest gamble in the top 100. He failed to make an impact as a wide receiver. He put his numbers up there. Had his rookie season cut short due to a right knee injury he sustained in October. I'm focusing on what I saw from Hunter in his final game, recording 8 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown against the Rams. The injury was unfortunate as he was finding his footing as an offensive playmaker, but with the injury occurring in October, Hunter has plenty of time to make a full recovery before the season opener. It will also help that Liam Cohen and quarterback Trevor Lawrence now have a year experience together, can expand the playbook. Let's not forget Hunter was ahead in his development as a corner. There's also a strong chance that Hunter plays full-time as a corner while seeing a handful of plays on offense this coming season. So I feel like he's saying he's going to break out because the opportunity was there. It was going to happen on offense, and here you go. Trevor Lawrence is much better poised to hit the ground running this year, and then he just says, yeah, but then he might not play a whole lot of offense.
Yeah.
I guess he thinks he's going to break out on one side of the ball or another. And then he ends by saying he's still on track to be the Shohei Ohtani of football, despite a disappointing rookie season. And I know you only pitch every 5th day, right? But Shohei Ohtani being a pitcher and a full-time outfielder or DH, will Travis Hunter have that kind of two-way opportunity? I'm not saying impact because Shohei is, among the two or three best players.
Pitcher.
Right. He's great on both sides.
Yeah.
Will he have that opportunity to be that impactful this year if his skill set allows it? Or will he be blocked to some degree by the development of the wide receivers that are already coming back?
I think the conversation we've had to this point in the offseason has been that we expect him to play a whole lot more on defense than we do on offense this year. So I think the opportunities on offense are naturally going to kind of be limited for him in 2026. That doesn't mean that I don't think he'll have impact plays on that side of the ball, but I think they're naturally going to be limited just by the way they're going to use him this year. So do I think he can have a Shohei kind of impact? Probably not, for 2026, but that doesn't speak to anything that I expect in 2027 and beyond.
Even if he plays, even if he has the opportunity, it's not likely he's going to have a Shohei Ohtani type impact, right? I mean, like, even if we think he could be great at this, he could be great at that, he could be great at both, the likelihood is he's not going to be arguably the best or top 2 or 3 player at both spots in the National Football League. It's just not going to happen.
Shohei is on a career trajectory where you're going to have to talk about where does he rank among the best baseball players of all time. Right. Like, it's crazy the kind of things you're seeing from him.
Love for Travis Hunter to get there. All right, so Ashton Genty was another. You had those two correct. Who else did you project to be in this top 5?
I'd look through the first round. Those were the two that jumped out to me immediately.
Okay.
And just looking through the first round, it was hard to get 5 that I thought would be on the list, but the other 2 that kind of half jumped out at me were Colston Loveland, especially given the way that the back half of his season went in Chicago. Amari and Hampton, because I think healthy going into year 2 that he will be the featured back in the Chargers offense. And the 5th on my list, given that we don't know what it's going to look like for Hendrickson in Cincinnati, was Shamar Stewart.
Okay. You got 4 out of 5.
Oh.
So that's pretty good. You had Colston Loveland was 2 on the list, and he did. You felt like he did break out over kind of the last month to maybe 6 weeks. I don't remember exactly what that time frame was, but his target share went way, way up and started putting up big numbers.
Cole Kmet became the 2.
Absolutely.
Right?
No,
Like it
no
felt
question.
like early in the year they were sharing those responsibilities, but the back half of the year, Colston was the guy at tight end for the
And it's so
Bears.
funny how fickle everything is. And fantasy football drives a lot of the fickleness factor in this. But, the whole, Loveland versus Tyler Warren, who's going to be more fantasy friendly, who's going to be more productive, and then Tyler Warren gets off to the hot start. Can't believe you take Colston Loveland instead of Tyler Warren. Well, then by the end, it was like, well, Colston Loveland is killing it every week, So, I mean, again, that doesn't mean I hope Tyler Warren stinks because he plays for the Colts. But other than that,
Tyler was
both probably going to be really
every
good.
week, yeah.
Yeah, and towards the end because he lost his quarterback.
Yep.
So the situation has obviously changed. Hampton was third on this. This is SI's list of basically breakout candidates, 5 rookies who'll make the leap. And the last one was Armand Membo, the tackle from the Jets, who was taken 7th overall, and just 3 picks after Will Campbell. Everyone's focused on how Will Campbell struggled in the Super Bowl, and Will Campbell then came out and said, it's not an excuse, but here's my excuse. I was hurt. And it's funny. It's not an excuse. It's really, then why do you even bring it up? Right? Because you're getting killed. I get it. But if it's really not an excuse, then don't use it as an excuse. But either way, Membo, that's a hard one.
It's the nature of offensive line play in general.
Offensive line play. And on the Jets.
No idea.
How did he play for the Jets this year, Tony? Tell me about Armand Membo and how that all worked out for him. So, still big things being expected from Travis Hunter. And as we look at, Jags right now, tight against the cap. And I know there are plenty of stories out there. There are all kinds of pieces being written about here's how all you can, restructure this deal. You can waive this guy. You can move on from this and create some cap space. And yes, you can do that. I have yet to get that inclination that the Jags are making these kind of big swing moves. They still got time to do it. It doesn't take, more than the stroke of a pen once you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. But I don't know. Are they going to be big players in free agency? Not likely, right? They don't have a first-round draft pick. So where's your real impact going to come from? A lot of it's got to come from internal improvement. How much of that is left after you went from 4 to 13 wins? I mean, how much more? Can we get more career seasons out of this roster than we did last year? Well, yes, with the young guys who have just scratched the surface. So Travis Hunter could be that guy for you this year.
Just went over to Armand Membo's page just to see what was going on.
Okay, on what?
On Pro Football Reference.
Okay.
Right, to see if there would be any number there that's like, oh, okay, but it's exactly what I thought it would be. I don't know what to make of anything. Right, basically that was on that. But they did have him as a member of the Pro Football Writers of America all-rookie team in 2025. Okay. So I clicked that. I was like, okay, well, who else is on that team? There's one Jaguar that's on the PFWA list.
On the all-rookie team.
On the all-rookie team.
I mean, your options are pretty limited here. Ray Lane for
that's
special
because
teams?
the options at the position were very limited, as a hint.
Okay. Jonah Monheim.
Jonah Monheim.
There you go.
Is the Pro Football Writers Association.
And that makes sense, right? If you don't have, he started, 2 games at center for him, I think? So, better than a sharp stick in the eye when you're drafted in round number 7. All right, let's do that. Let's do this. It's a good thing I don't read everything that I see in front of me live on the air. Let's just say that based on the last thing I read that was in front of me. All right, when we come back, let's start the countdown. We're looking today at the Tuesday top 5 for the Jags at the top 5 positions that are most likely to have a new starter for Jacksonville. I think there are only probably a half dozen positions really in play here. So it's not about coming up with the positions. It's more about ordering them and seeing how that all works out in your mind in terms of priority and the opportunity for some guys to maybe come back that we aren't expecting right now. All right, let's take a time out here, and we'll begin the countdown on the other side with Tony Smith and RJ Saunders. I'm Mike Dempsey. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Ace Carline here for Atlantic Infinity, and yes, I'm still loving my new QX60. Right now, you can lease one or lock in just 1.9% financing for 60 months, and every new Infinity comes with the Atlantic Infinity Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value. That's one of many reasons why I bought mine there. No pressure, no games, just a great experience. Make your next ride an Infinity from Atlantic Infinity. Visit AtlanticInfinity.com or the showroom near Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
It's a Jaguars Today Tuesday, sparked by Julington Creek Pest Control.
Nate Bargatze.
It's a lot to have 2 dogs because you got to open the back door and let 2 dogs out.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. 5-star Veterans Memorial Arena, February 26th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
Whether you're undertaking a major home renovation or just a simple repair request, American Electrical is your 5-star Jacksonville-based electrician to get the work done right. Experienced design building department working seamlessly with their electrical contracting department to help you create beautiful lighting spaces and electrical plans that make your house flow. And remember, with American Electrical, it's wired right at a fair price. Call American Electric at 737-7770. Look for that red, white, and blue eagle on the side of their truck, and you'll know it's American Electrical.
When you drive past a Kuhn Flowers location, did you know their inside showroom is filled with gift items? Kuhn Flowers isn't just for sending flowers. Frank Frangie here, and when I need a unique gift, I head for Kuhn Flowers, Beach Boulevard, and in Ponte Vedra since 1947. Kuhn Flowers.
Are you ready for another historic season at the bank? It's time to lock in your seats for 2026 by placing your deposit now. Next season will be played at Everbank Stadium, but seating capacity is limited due to in-bowl renovations, and spots are going fast. Don't miss out on your chance to see the season's biggest matchups and highlight real moments by placing your deposit at Jaguars.com/tickets or by calling 904-633-2000. Go Jags!
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, just saw Kuiper just dropped a mock draft over at ESPN. We're not in it because he only did 32 picks, so that's okay. I mean, that's kind of what you expect. But out of all of our little 3-round mocks that we did yesterday, our cute little 3-round mocks, I was surprised. One of my guys did end up in the first round here, Tony. Was Jadarian Price, the running back, the other running back out of Notre Dame. According to ESPN research, it would be the 4th time that 2 running backs from the same school went in the first round, and the first since Darren McFadden and Felix Jones did back in the day, to varying degrees of effectiveness there. But Jeremiah Love expected to go top 10 in this draft. That was, again, we are in what we call now Gray Zabel season, where the mock drafts will fool you into thinking you can get a player much later, and then he goes, and then people say, well, what happened? Well, nothing happened. Mock drafts are inherently inaccurate. That's what happened for the most part.
It's draft season. You are completely unaware and ignorant of what NFL teams think of these players.
You should be, at least.
Right. So you have to kind of accept that fact. You can have an opinion on anyone you want, and you can hear the opinions of the draftniks all that you want, but you don't really know what the guys inside the league are thinking about players. The draft tells you how they feel about guys based on where they take them.
No doubt.
That's how they value them. They express it in the draft.
Let us get into the top 5 by doing it kind of backwards.
Gotcha.
Okay. You and I kind of draft players off this team that we have a high degree of confidence in, and you can stop at any time. When you run out of guys, stop at any time. But these are guys that we're confident will not have a new starter.
They're going to be started.
These guys are locked in.
Yeah.
I mean, we could obviously start with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I'll start the draft and just tell you this. You may not be aware, people, that Trevor Lawrence is likely to be the starting quarterback. He is guaranteed to be. Again, all this is barring injury, right? Or something crazy unforeseen happening, but just the regular flow of the offseason. There is 0% chance that Trevor Lawrence will not be the starting quarterback for your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Josh Hines-Allen.
I would agree with Josh Hines-Allen. There is 0% chance in the same scenario. I would say Trayvon Walker. You call him whatever you want. Are we going to slide him inside? He's going to be a starter on that defensive line. Who else?
Brenton Strange.
Clearly the top guy at tight end on this team. Give me Foye. I mean, we're likely to lose Devin Lloyd. We're not going to turn that whole linebacking core over. We need that veteran leadership. Give me Foye Oluokun. Who else?
Anton Harrison.
Anton Harrison will be starting. Cole Van Lannon will be starting. Who else? Keep going.
Parker Washington.
I got Jacoby Myers. Okay, Jacoby Myers. They didn't pay Jacoby Myers $20 million to have him coming off the bench, much like Cole Van Lannon. Who else?
Jordan Lewis.
Jordan Lewis will be starting for this team. That's a good one. I got Eric Murray starting for this team. Who else?
Now it's getting a little tricky because you're getting in positions where there's a little bit.
They're like, if you draft a defensive tackle, could he start over one of those guys?
Right.
Maybe.
Like not necessarily to the point where this belongs in my 5 list, but we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, I can see where this would change.
You're in a mushy little area right now. I feel personally
Hainsey
and Cleveland. To me, I'd be very surprised. I was going to say Cleveland, but both of those guys would be very surprising to me. All right. So we've got on offense Trevor Lawrence, Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington. Does that mean Brian Thomas and 3 wide receiver sets? Well, likely as of right now.
Right. Well, it's at least in the air that Brian Thomas Jr. could be talked about. Right.
Could you start with a 2 wide receiver set?
Yeah.
You know, so that you're not necessarily always starting 3 receivers.
If he's on the roster, he'll be a starter. That's kind of how I feel about Brian Thomas Jr.
I'd say that's very likely.
Yeah.
I don't say that's written in 100% stone. If they open up in a 2 tight end formation on day 1, and you seriously, and you have 2 wide receivers, is Brian Thomas one of them? I don't know that that's the case.
Sure.
Right? All right, so
but good luck picking who that second tight end is.
4 out of 5 offensive linemen. Armstead and Hamilton are likely to be starting for this team, but there's also a case you can move on from Armstead after the June 1st designation if you want to save some cap space later on. I don't know what you're saving it for at that point, who's available at that point. All right, so I think, and then, of course, the specialists. We got the specialists locked in. All right, so obviously eliminated a lot of positions right there that we are going to mostly agree upon. So, RJ, if you'd be so kind, let's begin the countdown.
Number 5.
All right, today, counting down from 5 to 1 on the most likely positions. In other words, the one at number 1 should be the position that you are certain we're going to see a new starter in this year. So it'll be helpful, and you can do this too as the listening audience. If you submit your 5, a lot of you have done this already. Put in parentheses like who the new starter is going to be or who is losing their job, as the case may be. So, Tony, why don't you start us off? Who do you have at 5, or what position at 5?
Number 5, I have free safety, and this is the ongoing conversation that we're going to have throughout the offseason. Can Caleb Ransall win a job, right, in this Jaguars secondary? And what exactly is that going to look like? I don't know if I prefer Antonio Johnson even as a free or a strong safety necessarily. Like, if you go to 3 safety looks and Antonio's the guy that you're playing in the box because you need Caleb as kind of the deep guy, like, that makes sense in my mind if there's a plan to do that kind of thing. But free safety in general, right, I do think that's the more open of the 2 safety position on the Jaguars team. And can Caleb win a job?
Okay. I'm going to talk about safety later in my countdown, so I'll react to it then. So you got free safety there. RJ, what do you have at number 5?
Corner.
Which one? I'm just asking, like, are you just saying a corner position is going to be open?
Yes, a corner position is going to be open.
Okay.
So I think that is going to go Jordan Lewis.
He's your nickel.
Travis Hunter is going to be on one end.
Okay, is he a new starter?
I would feel like, full-time, yes.
I would say yes.
Yes, full-time. And then on the other side, I don't know as of yet. I mean, do they bring back Monteric Brown?
Okay.
I understand that the question is going to be, do they? I know in some of my mock drafts in which we've done, I've said that they were going to take a corner at some point in this draft. So until the Monteric Brown situation is more clear to us, I do believe that side of the ball is going to be an open position. There also has been some sort of belief that Jarian Jones, he may still come off of the bench, or they may say that he was productive in the positions in which he was in the last half of the year when Jordan Lewis was out and you kind of needed depth pieces there, and he may just deserve an opportunity to have the starting job until said otherwise. But I do believe that there's going to be some opening there once you go down the list of Travis Hunter, Jordan Lewis, and then I think that third spot on the opposite side of Travis Hunter is going to be and blank, and we'll fill in the blank there in a few short weeks.
All right. For me, I think to do this process, I think you got to determine who you feel the actual starters were, right? At the end of last year, I would say at corner, your starters, because Jordan Lewis is hurt, right? They were starting a lot of 3 safety looks at the end of last season. So I look at Greg Newsome, Monteric Brown as the starting corners on the outside. So I went with, at number 5, Monteric Brown, right? I think they're both likely to turn over, but I think Monteric has a better chance to be back, so he's going to be lower on this list for me on that side. So whatever side you want to say Travis Hunter's playing, Travis Hunter will be one of your starting corners. The question is, will the other one be Newsome or Brown, or and we're not talking about nickel now, or somebody who's not currently on the roster, or I don't know, Christian Braswell shocks us all, right, or something like that. So I do think as of right now, if I'm guessing, Monteric's not back with the team, but I don't know that for sure, and I leave open that possibility by only putting that spot at 5.
For you guys, in your opinion, did Jarian do enough with his opportunities to garner a starting position next year?
Not if they don't think.
Yeah. If he starts, it won't bother me at all.
Right, but I don't know if they've shown enough of him, or if he has shown enough to them to start him on the outside. Like, I think, would you play him at nickel? Absolutely, but that's Jordan Lewis's spot. So I look at Jarian as a high-level backup who can play for you in a pinch.
Now, remember, he did say coming into this season that he had talked to the coaching staff and had asked if he could play more.
I understand that. I understand that. And maybe that's what I say. Again, in a pinch, I don't think that's going to be the plan this offseason, is to look at that one of those 2 outside spots and say, okay, that's Jarian. That's my feeling.
Well, and early in the season last year, they had, where it was Jordan was playing on the outside and he would come in when they went to the 3 look, right? And when they went to that, then Jarian was playing outside of him, in a lot of those situations early on in the season. So were they comfortable with that? Or did Buster Brown, when he got on the field, they say, no, that's our guy?
Right.
In that kind of situation, it did feel like the back half of the year, Buster was more the guy they were willing to depend on a little bit more at that spot on the outside, but who knows what 2026 is going to
That's what I thought. And I just honestly, I just was clicking on box scores and getting ready for today from December and into the playoffs, and basically who were the guys at the end of the season. And it was more often Newsome and Monteric than any other combination. So, anyway, I'm going with Monteric at that spot. Let's take a timeout here. We'll come back and continue the countdown with numbers 4 and 3 for the Jags, the positions that are most likely to see a new starter in 2026. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. The 1010XL Sports Network delivers podcasts, video, and exclusive content across every platform. Jacksonville Sports reimagined at 1010XL.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
It's Jaguars Today, Tuesday.
Protected by Shirlington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Be the first to discover the best new home community in beautiful Green Cove Springs. Highland Trail, where the rhythm of life slows down. Enjoy green spaces, luxury pools, pickleball courts, winding trails, and more at livehighlandtrail.com. Choose from 3 premium builders, just starting in the 300s.
Oh, at Highland Trail.
Some auto shops love giving your wallet a flush every time you visit. Not AA Automotive. They fix only what needs fixing, nothing more. Honest, fast, and fair. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street. Boring name, awesome service, and no wallet flush.
Black History Month isn't just about the past, it's about the future. All month, 1010XL highlights the African American voices shaping tomorrow's Jacksonville. Turned by Instant Keys. Fast, professional, honest locksmith service.
Indoor golf in Ponte Vedra is here. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Play the best courses in the world at Back 9 Golf. Top simulators, analytics to improve your game. Just have a blast with friends or a client. Get this, you can bring your own beverages, including cocktails. Go to back9golf.com, book a tee time today. Membership opportunities, lessons at golf with no rain or heat. On Phillips Highway in Ponte Vedra. Back 9 Golf, where golf never sleeps.
Hacker here. We're rolling towards March, and for most people, that just means better weather and more golf. For me, 2 years ago, this time of year was a life changer. Honestly, it felt like a lifesaver. That's when I started Awaken 180. And in 1 month, I was down 35 pounds. 2 months, 50 pounds. And no, it wasn't magic. It wasn't some miracle shot. I tried the meds. I tried the cutting carbs. I tried convincing myself I was fine. None of it stuck. Awaken 180 wasn't a trick. It was a solution, a real plan, a coach who didn't let me drift, and the weight just melted off. That's the only way I can describe it. And here's the best part that matters. It stayed off. I'm not bracing for it to come back. I've kept my 122 pounds off for well over a year, and it stayed gone. Have 35 to lose? Cakewalk. 50? Simple. If March for you is just another month, fine. But it could be your turning point. It was mine. Awaken. 180weightloss.com.
Spring is almost here. Is your yard ready? Lucas Tree Service, a family-owned business with over 45 years of experience, is your local certified arborist for tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for residential or commercial properties. Protect your home, boost your curb appeal, and get top-notch service from a Jacksonville company. Make sure your trees are healthy and safe before summer hits. Schedule your tree inspection today at lucastreeservice.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $5,000 per ounce, and silver is over $100 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold and silver for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
RJ, before the coach left to go smoke some meats and cheeses over on the west side, did he inform you on our procedures for a Jaguars Today pop quiz around these parts?
He did not.
He did not. All right. Well, we'll look into that. We've got a very special and unique pop quiz music bed that we like to go to, but it's fine. We don't need it right now. I'm going to just go through a quick pop quiz at you and Tony Smith, okay? Because one of these guys in these 10 players is in the news this morning. Just the 10 guys who've made the most money in the NFL ever. Players. They're all quarterbacks. All 10 are quarterbacks, okay? Who you got? Let's see how far we can go with, until we hit 3 strikes. Tony, who you got?
Most money all time?
Most money all time. Quarterbacks. They're all quarterbacks. Top 10 earners in NFL history.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, number 2, $394.8 million. Nearly $400 million. RJ Saunders.
Let's go with he's not your brother, he's not your uncle, he's your cousin. Kirk Cousins.
That's the one in the news today. Kirk Cousins has made the 4th most money in the National Football League in history.
Man, did he play it right?
Bro. And I saw this from a Warren Sharp tweet out there. Kirk Cousins, total playoff wins, RJ. One more than you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
1. Yes, 1. He's made $322 million. All right, we're 2 for 2. Who else you got, Tone?
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford's number 1 on the list. He's made $408 million in his career so far. RJ.
Let's go with the one that they consider the GOAT, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's number 3 on the list, despite taking that modeling money from Giselle all those years. $333 million, rounding up. You guys got top 4.
Yeah, with the contract he got last year, I'll put Dak.
Dak is number 7, $296 million. RJ. Don't break the streak.
Let's go with a guy
We're red hot right now, RJ.
Who
undefeated
for a time was promoting sandwiches, and now he's just absolutely sucked over the last couple of years. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson's number 5, all-time earner on the list, $317 million roughly. Still need number 6, 8, 9, and 10. Tony, all quarterbacks.
6, 8, 9. Are any of them still
like the Captain Crunch, all Crunch Berries or whatever that one is, right?
I'm guessing there's no more active quarterbacks that are on the list.
Well, you'd guess wrong.
Oh.
How about that? Big half strike for you.
I don't want to bite at that apple yet.
All right.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, number 8. $271 million. RJ. Down to 3 names now.
Okay. I mean, he's been sitting on a lot of money, and he probably should be doing UPS commercials because what can Brown do for him? Well, give him a lot of money. The Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson.
That's a pretty solid guess. He's 14th, though.
Damn.
There's strike 1. That was a pretty good guess
That
right
would have been
there.
nice. That would have been the active one, too.
That was clever on your part, but that's strike 1.
All right. So we got 2 more that are retired.
2 retired, 1 active.
1 active.
Yep. Quit your stalling ways, Tony Smith. We know you.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger's number 9 on the list. Tony's good at this game.
I was
by
debating
the way.
between him and Eli.
When I say this game, any pop quiz I throw at Tony from the NFL is encompassed in that. $267 million for Ben. Give me 2 more. Who you got, RJ? Just give me one of them. Got 1 strike.
And you're saying that both of them are inactive
One's retired,
now.
one's active.
One's retired, one's
active.
Yep.
And we already said Mahomes, right?
Not yet.
You have not said Mahomes.
So Patrick Mahomes.
That he'd be 16th on the list.
Really?
$232 million. Yeah, hasn't been in long enough, I guess. And he did take a little below the super.
It's
max.
the 3rd contract, right? Like it's the guys that got to the 3rd contract.
Mahomes is the last of 16 straight quarterbacks that led the list, by the way.
I think it's long enough ago that I don't think he'd be on there.
Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick.
Did we say Drew Brees?
We did say Drew Brees. I'm going to give you a strike for not paying attention.
All right.
So we got to wrap this up.
The retired Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan is number 6. We need the one active quarterback left on this list, RJ. Tony's left you with one strike to play with.
I'm passing it to Tony.
You're passing it to Tony. He's going to phone a friend. That friend is Tony Smith.
Yes.
Tony.
Debating 2 names in my head.
2 names you're debating are?
It would be Josh Allen and Jared Goff.
Josh Allen, Jared Goff. Josh Allen, Jared Goff. Josh Allen, Jared Goff. Who's it going to be?
Goff.
Goff is number 10 on the list. Ding, ding, ding. $259 million. Eli, Peyton, Phillip Rivers, Deshaun Watson, Josh Allen, Mahomes. Through 16. The first non-quarterback is Khalil Mack. And then Trent Williams. And then Derek Carr has made the 19th most money in the history of the NFL.
Good to be Derek Carr.
Well, it's good to be Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is the 21st highest earning player in the history of the National Football League. I mean, he had a few good seasons. Alex Smith is right behind him. Man, I mean, on and on we go. But Kirk Cousins is the one that caught my attention.
Puts the Trevor contract in the right perspective, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, Matt Stafford, by the way, won the Super Bowl, has 7 playoff wins. Rodgers won a Super Bowl, has 11 playoff wins. Brady, 7-time Super Bowl champ, 35 playoff wins. Kirk Cousins, 4th with 1 playoff win. All right, we've now blown past 4 and 3 in the countdown, so let's take our time out here. Come back. We're on time. Pop quiz completed. Tony Smith, RJ Saunders, great work. And we'll come back, and we're counting down the top 5 positions that will likely have a new starter for the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2026. The countdown continues straight ahead on Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Dan Hicken.
This competition between you and your brother is sick.
And Jeff Prosser.
Your obsessive one-upmanship.
Together they are The Drill.
That's the thing I love about your show. You're not just serious. You can be funny.
Mornings on 1010XL.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
What Major League Baseball pitcher holds the record for most career no-hitters and over 5,000 strikeouts?
Just letting your homeowner's insurance renew each year may cost you money. Shop around and you may find a better plan. Let Southern Oak Insurance give you an option at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Nolan Ryan's 7 career no-hitters might be an unbreakable record, but his 5,714 strikeouts certainly is.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 24th, 1967, Wilt Chamberlain shot 18 for 18 from the field against the Baltimore Bullets, an NBA record for field goals in a game without a miss.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing the game. Spring and summer registration going on right now. Log on to i9sports.com to see all they've got to offer for kids ages 3 and up. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for spring and summer. Great new locations added like Tofoi Creek High School and Westside Middle. Get your kids in the game with i9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount at i9sports.com.
Hey Jacksonville, Don here, the big cheese at Taco Lou. Well, everyone knows my wife Debbie is the real cheese at the Lou. We just do what we're told. We aren't a sports bar at all, but we have the best selection of the finest tequilas that Mexico has to offer, and that makes any basketball game more fun to watch. So come into Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach, where we love sports and we love tacos with our tequila. If you're looking for a crew to help with your fiestas at home or work, Taco Lou caters, bringing the tacos to you. Taco Lou in Jax Beach, where tacos and sports go hand in hand.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Thomas Craig from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Triumph is a known name when it comes to beautiful rides on the road. What is the latest from Triumph?
Well, if you didn't come, we had an unleashing at the dealership last week. We saw 6 new models from Triumph, anything from 400 cc's to 1200 cc's. If you're looking at a bike, you got to look at the new Triumphs.
Experienced riders will love it.
And the inexperienced will love it. We've got something for everybody in the Triumph lineup. Great, great motorcycles.
Showroom waiting for you. Triumph. Find them at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, company mascot at your service.
There are 2 important steps to installing the perfect garage floor. The 2-stage coating application, sure, but nothing is more important than preparing the floor. Our team uses diamond grinding machines to grind your floors to a smooth, level finish. Only then can we...
Hold on! You grind garage floors with perfectly lovely diamonds?
No, Chester. We grind floors to perfection using the very best ugly diamonds. Too ugly for jewelry, but perfect for the grinding pads we use to prep the surface.
Perfect preparation and application. Now that's a perfect marriage.
Ugly diamonds?
Check. Perfect preparation?
Check. Smooth, gorgeous gleaming floors that really catch your eye? Checkmate!
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com.
Here's your 1010XL local sports update sponsored by Zero Res. Sporting Jacks will now kick off their inaugural USL Championship match against Hartford Athletic at 7:30 on March 7th at Hodges Stadium. Florida high school football is set for a major shift. The FHSAA unanimously decided to adopt Max Preps rankings for playoff seeding. From now on, Max Preps will determine the path to the state championship. And that's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Right now, 44 degrees at 11:01. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, going to be fun tomorrow around these parts. Duval Ford's coming to do mobile oil changes right here in the lot, which is one of their services. I know folks who've been listening, we've been running promos for that, and we've got a number of folks signed up to take advantage of it. Might still have an opportunity today, so I'd be listening closely for your chance. They're going to be out here between 10 and noon tomorrow. And so, look, even if you don't get one of the free ones, it's a great service to have that convenience to have them come to you instead of having to take time out of your day. So check that out at duvalford.com. Let's see here. On to the countdown. We gave you number 5. We're counting 5 to 1, and 1's going to be the most likely position. It's going to have a new starter for the Jags. So, RJ, let's continue.
Number 4.
What do you got?
I have safety. I think that you are going to have Eric Murray as one of your safeties. I think Antonio Johnson's going to be the other safety that starts day one. And I know Dewey Wingard was the guy who was the day one starter, but I think the way that Antonio Johnson played, especially during that second half of the year, I think it's crazy if you don't have him as one of your starting safeties going into 2026. So I think that, he's in the building, but he's just going to be the new starter.
Okay, so you got safety as the new spot, and you're looking at Antonio Johnson as that guy.
Yes.
For the safety. All right. For me, I haven't gotten to safety yet. Tony had it at number 5, free safety specifically. I got running back. I feel like, as much I could see an avenue to keeping either Devin Lloyd or Travis Etienne if the Jags are motivated to do so, but I don't get that sense, and I've not heard anything that leads me to believe, even though it's been discussed that the transition tag could be an option for them. Certainly it's an option, and it would be smart to discuss all your options. I don't feel right now that they're going to exercise that and bring him in Now, if they could get it done for something in the Javonte Williams range, Stone, 3 years, $8 million per, and not go beyond that and keep a lower first-year cap number, I think I'm still open to that. That's why he's not higher on this list. But I think that Basil Tootin is likely going to be the guy who gets the first rep this year. I think they were surprised when it didn't play out that way last year. And this is a position that you can turn over and get younger at and, save some money and sometimes get just as an effective performance. Travis Etienne did a lot for this football team. I don't think it's going to be easy to replace what he did, but I still got that spot at number 4 on my list.
Number 4 for me, right guard. Patrick McCary is the incumbent at that spot. I do think this is the most likely spot for Wyatt Milam to win a starting spot if he is going to. So I do think it's a two-man competition for that job. I'm not even sure who the preferred guy is at this point in the Jaguars' mind, for right guard. I do not know how they feel about whether they prefer McCary or Milam to be the guy, just given what they've seen from both of them to this point. Not necessarily what they spent in the draft on Milam, but just what they've seen on the field from McCary. Was it enough for them to go, you know what, we can hold off another year on the Milam thing? I think there's the real potential for that kind of thing to happen. But if Milam's going to win a spot, it's going to be right guard.
Yeah, I considered right guard very strongly. If this had been a top 6, I would have included it, but it didn't make the cut for me. But I certainly understand, based on all your arguments, why that might be the case. All right, moving on.
Number 3.
All right, number 3 in the countdown for me. Here's where I went with safety. Okay, and I think it's like I'm not even looking at Antonio Johnson as the new starter. Antonio Johnson started like 9 games for them last year, and they were more of a 3-safety team.
Yeah, if is Caleb Ransall going to start? Is Caleb
Ransall or someone else going to start at that safety position? Because I'm assuming they're going to play a lot of 3-safety looks because Anthony Campanile really leaned into that. Now, if they bring back Dewey Wingard and he starts on opening day, then this is completely wrong. But I do think it could be Caleb Ransall. It could just be someone else, fighting their way in there. Or maybe it turns into a position where we're wrong because they're more of a 2-safety team this year. I felt like they had some depth there, and they wanted to take advantage, and they had some different kind of safeties that they could mix and match, walk some up to the line of scrimmage, play some as deep. But you're right, Tony, if Caleb Ransall proves to be healthy, that's the guy they drafted to be a starter and would have been given every opportunity to have been that last year. So absolutely, he is part of the factor of why I've got safety a little bit higher than you guys, but we all agree it's one of those spots to watch. What do you have at 3?
Number 3 for me is running back. I'm more confident in Etienne returning than Devin Lloyd, but not enough to take running back off of this list, right, when having the conversation. So for all the reasons that you mentioned a moment ago, I think there is a pretty clear path to Tootin being the starting running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars on opening day next year if they can't figure out something with Etienne. I think there's still a chance that they do, but I will say we're a week into the franchise window thing with the transition tag being in play for Etienne. I have no sense that that's going to be the direction they go with it, so I've kind of taken that off the table in my own mind. So my confidence that Etienne is going to be back is getting a little bit lower by the day.
Me too.
Like that kind of thing. It's not that I don't think there's still a chance that they figure it out, but I think it's less and less likely as time has gone by for me.
By the way, not advocating for that. I wish they had the cap space. If they had the cap space to make it work, Devin Lloyd would be my bigger priority than Etienne because I do think you can find running back, but Etienne wouldn't be that far behind in the pecking order, and I would have them both back super comfortably because you don't want to have to start again. You turn a 4-win team into a 13-win team with this mix of talent. And yes, other guys can step in. And part of the mix was great luck on the injury front last year as well. Travis Hunter and Jordan Lewis were your 2 big casualties that you ultimately lost and couldn't bring back. Odds are you're going to have to face a rougher road when it comes to that next year. Now, maybe they'll be positioned to handle that. Maybe the guys that come in are going to be next man up and doing the job. But I would expect more starter games lost to injury than we saw this year. So, RJ, what do you have at number 3?
I have right guard myself, but I mean, the reason being that I have it as my 3 spot on this list is because I forget the number that they gave to Macari to come in and be the guard for the Jacksonville Jaguars going into this last season. But I also do understand that you utilized a high pick to get Wyatt Milam. So now that's the conundrum in which I have. Are you saying that, listen, we paid this guy a lot of money. We can't have him sitting on the bench with the dollar amount in which we gave him. But at the same time, we do need to see and did draft Wyatt Milam rather high because we thought that this was going to be a guy that we're going to be able to turn our head for the next 10 years. And this guy may be able to have a couple of Pro Bowls to his name, protecting our quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. So it's low on my list, quote unquote, being at the number 3 position, just because I'm wondering what the questions are in that building in terms of how are they going to go about utilizing that right guard spot? Do we keep it with a guy that we paid a lot of money to and what did a serviceable job, or do we want to see what the young guy has in Wyatt Milam?
3 years, $37.5 million was the total contract, and you don't get any. You're not going to move on from Macari because his cap hit and his dead cap number are nearly identical. Right, they're 14.7. You'd save like $100,000, which is not worth doing in the NFL. At the very least, Macari is going to be part of this roster. Tony, you would think it is a flexible, chess piece. They love their versatility in all their positions.
Depending on what they decide to do with Walker Little, we don't know what's going to happen with that. But if they moved him and Milam won the right guard job,
wouldn't shock.
No, then McCary's now your swing everything.
Possibly.
That's kind of what he was in Baltimore for a year. So that's
see what I just did? Just smack myself in the face.
So he's a guy that becomes he's now the swing tackle. He can be a guy that moves anywhere on the interior. We've seen him play center in the league even before. He's been everything. That was kind of the value in the contract when they signed him. It's like he can do whatever you ask him to do. Right. So if 1 year he's the utility knife for the Jaguars offensive line, it would make sense. That's why it's where it's at on my list.
Right. I can't completely rule out Wyatt Milam challenging Ezra Cleveland. Right. Or some other combination of things happening. Cole Van Lannon got a contract, but what if Wyatt Milam shows that he's going to push for playing time at one of the tackle spots next year? Could Van Lannon then play inside? I feel like Van Lannon, Anton, as we talked about, Hainsey and Ezra will be starting for this team, very likely, on opening day.
It's the benefit of the stress that they had on versatility with all the guys that they brought in. Is that when you get to a position, if they move on, we have 3 options for what to do. The backup plan's already been written. We just crack the rock on the one that we want to use. Right, for this particular situation. They have a lot of flexibility with what they can do with all the options they have on the offensive line, which puts you in a position where it's not like if they lose one of them, we go, oh no. It's not quite that kind of situation. I do think Anton would be the most difficult to deal with if they were to lose him, but even that one, I know what the backup plan is there. Right, they have options for who goes on the field if Anton does happen to get hurt.
Well, they have options right now, and they also have options if they move off of Walker Little at some point. I mean, they right. So it's going to depend on the final composition and makeup. All right, so right guard, both of you guys. I told you that would have come in number 6 on my list overall because I can't rule out Macari holding down that spot if he has a healthy offseason. All right, we got 2 more spots in the countdown. We'll come back, knock those out. Tony's going to take us around the National Football League. Combine fast approaching. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Consider him the captain of your ride home.
Frank Frangie.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
We're on our way to the moon, Fred.
Frank Frangie.
Oh, that man.
Afternoons on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Tusk, the classic tribute to Fleetwood Mac. Friday, March 6th at Florida Theater. Playing the hits and deep cuts of Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Fleetwood Mac. An unforgettable show with the iconic music you love. On sale now at floridatheater.com. Don't miss Tusk. Recreating the Fleetwood Mac experience like no other.
Jaguars Today Tuesday is serviced by Jolington Creek Pest Control.
It's Cancer Prevention Month, and Ackerman Urology reminds you to stay ahead of prostate, bladder, and kidney health. Get a yearly checkup, ask about a screening, and make self-checks a habit. To make an appointment at one of 4 locations, visit ackermanurology.com.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays around 1:35 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Who's MIA? Who's coming back? Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:35 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The road to March runs through Jacksonville. The 2026 Atlantic Sun Conference men's and women's basketball tournament is coming to VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Catch all 24 Division I basketball programs in action March 3rd through 9th. Reserve your seat today at asunsports.org/tickets. Jacksonville is the destination for ASUN basketball. Get your tickets to the 2026 Atlantic Sun Conference men's and women's basketball tournament today. asunsports.org/tickets.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
High Flying Jacko here. When I need to send a floral arrangement, there's only one thought: Kuhn Flowers. A simple phone call or an online order, it's always easy with Kuhn. There's a reason Kuhn Flowers has been doing it for over 75 years. Online at KuhnFlowers.com.
Are high-interest credit cards and other loans sucking the life out of your finances? It's time to say no more. Let Loan Pronto tap the equity on your home and get the cash you need now so you can pay it all off. Hey, it's Prosser here. Corey and Jack called Loan Pronto in a matter of days. They had $160,000. They kept their 3% mortgage intact, didn't even need an appraisal, and with all that cash, they wiped out all their credit cards and 2 car loans, saving $2,000 a month. You can do it too. LoanPronto.com, the rapid equity loan program, can get you $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 in cash. Chloe and Ethan just did it. Consolidated all their high-interest debt into one super low monthly payment, giving them an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine. Pay off all the credit cards, slash your monthly payments, breathe easier. Get your life back. Interest rates are at 3-year lows. Call Loan Pronto today, 904-999-1500. That's 904-999-1500. Or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
So I went to the doctor yesterday, Tony, and I mean, like, I get that they want to make sure, you know, that they're treating the right person. There are all kinds of liabilities they got to be worried about. But, okay, you walk in, you check in. Oh, what's your date of birth, sir? I'm happy to give it to you, right? Because you're making sure it's me. Okay, so I've checked in. I'm in your lobby now. You come get me. And the person who walks me back to the room, could you give me your date of birth, please? Sure. Here it is. And the person walks in to see you, and they ask you for your date of birth. Like, do you think I switched places? Do you think I ran out to the lobby and I switched places with somebody in the intervening 37 seconds since the person walked me into the room? I don't know. But, RJ, I was in a hospital, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever. I had kidney stones, man. That's been the bane of my last decade of existence.
I heard
physically.
those hurt to pass.
They ain't fun. All right, but whatever. So yeah, they're getting it taken care of. And so all night long, every 2 hours, somebody wakes me up, comes to my room, says, we got to prick your finger. So, okay. Whatever. I don't know what you're testing.
Right.
Prick my finger. Right about the fourth time this happened, middle of the night, can you just tell me why you keep coming in here and pricking my finger? Well, we want to check your blood sugar, make sure your diabetes is okay. What diabetes is this?
Right.
Aren't you? I mean, literally, this was the reaction. Looking at the chart, looking at the screen, looking at me. Right. Never saw him again. She walked out. Never came back and said, "Oh, we screwed up. Shouldn't have been waking you every 2 hours, sticking you in the finger." Not that it was any big deal, but what if there was something more important than that?
They didn't even have you on anything that would affect your blood sugar?
They had me on nothing. No medications, no whatever. I'm like,
that's just them not knowing whether or not you have diabetes.
Yes. Yes. Like, how do you know? Like, what do you think I'm in here for? I don't know what you think. What am I being treated for? But it's not that. And you keep coming in so you got to be careful, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should ask the doctor what his birthday is. I don't know.
And ask him again when he comes back.
Ask him again, right?
Just want to make sure it's you.
Just want to make sure.
Hey, before I leave, I just want to know.
I might want to get you something nice, or probably not, actually. All right, shall we continue the countdown? Just, random thought popped in my head there, man, because it was one of those things. It's just like, I get the safety and security, but after a certain point, it feels like I passed all your checkpoints here. I feel like I've gone through TSA screening.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the room. All right. I don't know where you think I'm going to go and switch out with somebody else, but there you have it. All right, RJ, if you would.
Number 2.
Number 2 in the countdown, the Tuesday top 5 today. 5 starting positions that are likely to have a new player in them for the 2026 Jacksonville Jaguars. Tony, what do you have at 2?
Middle linebacker, weak side linebacker, strong side linebacker, whatever you call the position Devin Lloyd currently holds for the team.
Devin Lloyd.
Of the 2 major free agents for the Jaguars, I do have Devin Lloyd as the less likely in my mind to be back. His replacement may or may not be on the current roster for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but it's becoming more and more likely by the day. I think that Devin Lloyd's going to be replaced in the starting lineup by somebody here in Jacksonville. Thus, he's number 2 on my list.
Number 2 for you is Devin Lloyd. RJ Saunders.
Number 2 for me, defensive tackle. If you're going to make the argument that Eric Armstead did a very solid job, he was, your 3rd leading sack guy with 5 sacks. So if he's staying there, then Devon Hamilton's going to have to probably be, in my opinion, the odd man out. I do not know whether we're getting that guy in the draft to be his replacement, to where he can be more of a depth piece, or if we're getting that guy in free agency. But the biggest thing we've been lamenting is that inside has to find a way to make plays and get to that quarterback. So I just feel like one of the 2, Armstead and Blank, because it's, in my opinion, it's probably not going to be Devon Hamilton, and that's with the assumption that they're also going to be bringing Eric Armstead back for another season.
Interesting. Now, this meatball has a little kick to it, Tony. It's in the spicy column right there. I mean, if I were to pick one of these defensive tackles who's not starting on opening day, I think it'd be more likely to be Armstead. Now, I think they're both going to be starting on opening day. I think Devon will be back. I think, we need more pass rush, yes, but you're also talking about Armstead, who's your 2nd leading sacker. Well, do we need to be better against the run? We were number 1 against the run, which I would think is Devon's primary area of responsibility, more the nose tackle out of the 2. They did bring Dickerson back. I don't think he supplants anybody. Now, could they, they signed John Franklin Myers. He's starting somewhere. Yeah. I don't think they're going to have the wherewithal to do that. I don't know if they're going to find a defensive tackle who's ready to push one of them off the starting line. Can he play day 1? Sure, but defensive tackles rotate. So I'll give RJ credit for sticking his neck out on this one.
Yeah, no doubt. Like it's not. I've made it very clear that I have interior defensive line as my number 1 need, right, for the Jaguars in this offseason. I don't see a lot of options to fill that need, right, in the offseason. So I fall back on The guys they have are likely going to be the guys they have. I'm not saying that they won't add a body or two, but I'm with you. Like, I think even if they took one in the second round, that doesn't mean that I think they replace someone in the lineup immediately. I think they'll be in the rotation of what they do up front. I think you can still, if you want to be one of the ones that's holding out hope that Mason Smith's going to turn into something going into year
God
number
bless.
3.
I'd love for that to be the case.
Right? Then, yeah, that would be him replacing somebody, given he had basically no role.
I could see him having a role, but I can't see him. I mean, right as of today, I can't see him supplanting one of these guys. Like, we thought defensive tackle was such a need last year. They said, nah, not as much as you think. Like, granted, we'll upgrade anywhere the opportunity arises, but the value has to meet the opportunity, and it didn't throughout the draft.
And this offseason, there is no value meeting opportunity.
It doesn't look like it, right? They did bring in several veterans last year. Colin Saunders came and went.
Yep.
Austin Johnson played a little bit. Matt Dickerson, and they re-signed him. And they do have Mason Smith. Kevy Rose is still under contract as well. But that I would be surprised if it went that way, because you could, again, we didn't upgrade defensive tackle in the starting lineup. Well, we led the league in run defense. That's pretty good. And one of our DTs was second in sacks.
Yeah, virtually nothing they could do if they were able to pull it off would thrill me more than them figuring out how to significantly upgrade interior defensive line.
Bring me Jeffrey Simmons, man. I mean, look, nobody's saying these guys can't be upgraded on. Do they have the resources to do it? Where would that list rank them priority-wise in terms of that being a need to upgrade? Anyway, it's very interesting. We'll see how it plays out. My number 2, I had already put cornerback with Monteric at number 5. I think you're going to have another starting corner opposite. I think Travis Hunter's going to take one of those spots. I think it's yet to be determined who that other starter is. I don't look at Jarian Jones as a starter. Maybe a starter due to injury. I look at if you returned your starters in the secondary, to me, you would have Jordan Lewis at nickel, or maybe outside sliding the nickel, but he's a starter. You'd have Monteric, you'd have Greg Newsome. This, to me, is the Greg Newsome spot. And I know people have suggested maybe Newsome signs a 1-year prove-it deal. Maybe he does. Did he play well enough here to even go down that road? I mean, he's a talented guy. He's played his best football before he got here. He's still young. I don't know. I don't know, Tone. I don't. Maybe I'm blind spotting this one a little bit, but I don't see Greg Newsome being a priority to bring back to this football team. I thought that trade ultimately ended up being more of a salary dump with Tyson Campbell.
Yeah.
The way it played out.
That's kind of the conversation we had about it when it happened. And Newsome didn't do anything to get anyone excited about him being here in 26 or beyond. I do think, Jamal, when he was in with us last week and brought up the idea of maybe a 1-year deal, like I could see that making some sense for Newsome, him coming back on a 1-year kind of prove-it deal, here in Jacksonville. But I don't know that anything beyond that would be expected for Newsome, certainly at this point. I wouldn't invest in more than a 1-year deal on Newsome to come back here to Jacksonville. And from Newsome's standpoint at that point, unless you just want to do the prove-it thing because you've already been here for a little while, so you're comfortable with whatever they're going to ask you to do,
could be
that would make some sense. But if you want to test your market, man. And if he wants to do that, I think the Jaguars would go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of interesting corners on the market in free agency.
Yeah.
And maybe you find a guy that isn't like a household brand name that they just feel is a good fit in what they're looking to do. All right, so bringing us to number 1. Yes, R.J. Saunders. What's the position most likely to have a new starter at? I think you and I are going to agree here.
Yeah, I'm holding out hope, but it seems like the hope is dwindling by the day. Linebacker.
Yeah.
There's going to be a replacement for Devin Lloyd unless they do what Clippers are doing with Kawhi Leonard. You gave him a piece of his contract, and then the rest of it was in a foundation offshore account that's now being investigated.
We don't have Steve Ballmer in the front office.
Right. I mean, if we can do that, then Devin Lloyd is back, and all is great in the world in Jacksonville. But
if we could Shohei Ohtani this and just get him to defer it for a few decades, that'd be fine.
And we pay it all in just one lump sum. That would be great, too. But, yeah, maybe he has priced himself out. I just don't know at this stage of his career, as young as he is in the year in which he's going to say, I'm willing to take a hometown discount, even though it has been on the record that he would like to stay in Jacksonville, but there's just going to have to be a number in which works for both of them. And with the cap flexibility in which Jacksonville has, it may be hard to get to that number without giving up a few more of your quality depth pieces in what you have on the roster. So I'm still holding out hope, make an offshore account, but as of right now, Devin Lloyd is probably going to be the guy that's leaving, and you're going to have to find a new player to supplement in that spot. Although I will bring to everybody's attention again, there was a fight for the starting linebacker spot with he and Ventrell Miller. I would like to see how much they trust Ventrell, or if they're going to go to the draft and try to find someone who can be a starter. I mean, they also got Jack Kaiser as well from the NFL draft this past draft, and maybe they want to see what he has in a backup position as well. So I think Jacksonville, if they weren't to bring Devin Lloyd back, they would say they have options. But I would like for them to at least try. I would love to hear the story of, like, hey, this is what we offered. It just wasn't the number in what you wanted.
Yeah, to me, the Ventrell Miller depth chart thing, where he and Devin Lloyd were listed as co-starters, was more about their unsureness, lack of confidence in Devin Lloyd and what he was going to be. Didn't pick up the fifth-year option, right? Just let's see how this plays out. He's never played, consistently like the guy we saw last year. To me, like, people are saying he played like a top 10 linebacker in the league. You're seeing more and more of these free agent lists, Tony. I saw Greg Rosenthal's over at NFL.com has him as a top 5 available talent, if not top 10. Doesn't last much longer than that when you get to those lists. Devin Lloyd, top of my list as well, man. I trust Gladstone to the fact that if they find a way to bring him back, I'm going to feel like they are comfortable making the money work and, playing the shell game with cap space. But that's what it's going to come down to some degree. But guy was second team All-Pro, man. He clicked so well with what this defense asked of him. The turnovers were tremendous. The ability to get to the quarterback. He had some quarterback hits this year. Wasn't a big sack guy. Not too many guys on the Jags were. I'd love to be wrong on this, but Devin Lloyd, number 1 spot. You had him at 2. RJ and I have him at number 1. So who's number 1 for you?
Number 1 for me, they don't pick till 56 this year because they don't have a first-round pick because they gave it up to go get Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter is a starter on this football team going into year 2. It feels like the path for that is going to be at corner somewhere. Someone's going to have to figure something else out over there. Travis Hunter is playing starter somewhere in the secondary for this football team, and he'll have some job on offense as well. But yeah, Travis Hunter.
Give me your 5. What was the 5? 5 to 1?
5 was free safety, right guard, running back, middle linebacker, outside corner.
I think you and I kind of agree. I had both corner spots in there, and that's why I didn't have either one at number 1, because I think there's a possibility. I agree with you. Travis Hunter will be a new starter on this team. I will consider him a new starter at cornerback.
Yeah, he started 4 of the 7 games he played last year.
But where did he start him? Right?
I don't even know if they don't split it that way.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I will look at him if he is in every game, top of the depth chart corner. I'm going to look at him as a new starter. To me, the question came, does he replace Monteric? Does he replace Greg Newsome? It may not really matter from his perspective, but from the perspective of which spot is opening, that made it tougher for me to put either one of those at number 1, because I do think Devin Lloyd won't be back, unfortunately.
Going back to just linebacker and Devin Lloyd and that being a piece in which they're going to have to replace. I understand hindsight's 2020. Maybe not playing, this game is the smart thing to do, but just as kind of an insurance policy, if you were in the front office, would you have picked up his 5th-year option going into this season?
I understood why they didn't. Right? Okay. Is he worth that? He hadn't showed he was worth that, and then you say, well, now he had. Well, okay, but what if he didn't?
Right.
What if he hadn't had that kind of a year? And if you really were not sure, like you said, RJ, I don't think they were just playing motivational games with that depth chart, right? They opt not early in the offseason. You have to decide on the 5th-year option. Right. Okay, so you decide not to pick that up, and still by August, you're not 100% sure he's going to be your starter, right? So would have been kind of crazy if they really if that depth chart truly reflected how they felt about the competition at that time. Would have been nuts to have picked up the 5th-year option, right? And then we would have been saying, wait a minute, you pick up the 5th-year option, now you're telling me you're not even sure he's going to start for you? Would have been kind of – so I don't – it's tough to do, right? We look now, hey, man, they should have paid Josh Allen earlier. It would have saved a little money. Okay, but would you have gotten that 17.5 sack season out of him? I don't know, and that's what you're kind of paying him based off of. If Josh Hines Allen had been 8 sacks every year, would he be making what he's making right now? Probably not. So it's tough, man. You get in that spot. Do you do it early? Well, you look great if it works out. Like anything in life, if it doesn't work out, you look like a big fat dummy. So, hey, I have a lot of experience with that. Let's come back. Tony is going to take us around the rest of the National Football League, and then we'll check in on some of your top fives. Any positions that got mentioned that we didn't cover in our top 5/6s today, as I needed 6 because I put both separate cornerback spots in the top 5. We'll continue the conversation straight ahead on Jaguars Today here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. This is Duval. This is Jacksonville Sports Radio. 1010XL.
Make Capital Glass and Shower Doors your premier choice for top-quality glass solutions. With over 40 years of expertise, their team specializes in commercial and residential projects. From elegant shower doors to modern frameless enclosures, they've got you covered. But that's not all. They also offer glass railing systems, glass wine cabinets, and much more. For unmatched quality and service, choose Capital Glass and Shower Doors. Your vision, their expertise. Visit online at capcoglass.com.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Jaguars Today Tuesday, kept pest-free by Julington Creek Pest Control.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
The month for love is a perfect time to get your home organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live, from closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for any space and budget. With their brand new showroom now open, they have extended the offer of 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Staying active no matter your age is key to living life at its fullest. Rebound Rehabilitation wants you to know they can get you back up to speed and back in the game pain-free. Rebound Rehabilitation with a dozen locations across the First Coast with top-of-the-line therapists ready to assist you. Neck and back pain, hip, knee, or foot pain, they can help. Excellent patient care combined with the highest quality and rehabilitation services. Look for a Rebound Rehab location near you and get back in the game. ReboundRehab.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. I'm celebrating a little anniversary this week. 2 years ago, I hit my goal weight with a Waco 180. 40 pounds gone, and now I know it's not 100 plus like Hacker, but 40 was my number. That was the weight holding me back, slowing me down. And the best part, free maintenance for life. That's the difference. I didn't do it with meds, didn't do it with side effects, didn't rely on a shortcut that I had to stay on forever. I did it with a plan, awesome coaching, and learning how to eat in a way that actually works in real life. Awaken 180 knows you travel, knows you eat out, knows you have cravings. A real-life plan for real-life people. Maybe your number's 25 pounds. Maybe it's 40 like mine. Maybe it's over 100 like Hacker. Whatever your number is, we're proof you can reach it and keep it off without putting something in your body you don't want there. Awaken 180 works. Get your number at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
I know the expression, how do you know somebody's lying, a particular person, because their lips are moving, right? That we've all heard that kind of thing, right? Well, it's kind of lying season right now around the National Football League, and I don't blame GMs for at least, if not outright lying, not giving you the full and clear picture of what their ideas and thoughts and plans are. And I think that's a strategic advantage to not do that in a lot of cases, Tony. As the reason I bring this up, John Spytek, the GM of the Raiders, was asked if Max Crosby would be back. If he anticipates Crosby remaining with the club, he said, I do, yes. But I anticipate that could mean anything, because I don't anticipate somebody meeting our asking price.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. Man, Max Crosby, what a beast this guy has been since 2019, Tony. Max Crosby is first in tackles for loss in the NFL. He's second in quarterback pressures. He is fifth in sacks with nearly 70, 69.5. He is fourth in quarterback hits. He has been a 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, second team, 11 forced fumbles, broke up 29 passes. Does it all for you right there. Is there a player that the Jags could – I'm not saying it's even realistic that they could trade for him, but at least Crosby's name is thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jag fans have dared to dream on this front. Who's the player that they could acquire under those conditions? Like, we're not getting Jamar Chase, right? There's certain players are off limits. So among players that could get potentially shopped, even if their GMs have shut that down, who would be the player that excited you the most?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeffrey Simmons for me.
Yeah, like Simmons probably would be towards the top of that, but that does feel like it's pretty much been shut down.
I think I think Crosby's more plausible.
Yeah.
Even though the asking price would be absurd for either one of them, right? So but then again, the Jags have shown a willingness to to risk the future, so to speak, to try to win a little bit immediately. So I do feel like you're right. It's not going to happen, but that would be definitely the one that most excited me.
Yeah, if you get the all-pro defensive tackle, yeah.
Yeah, the guy who is good for 10 sacks, right?
Yeah.
And then is going to create that gravity we were talking about earlier for the rest of the defensive line. Again, don't think it's going to – there's not running back, I'll be good with Tootin. I'd be fine with ETN coming back. I don't need to go get Jeremiah Love or make some big swing move to do something like that. I feel like we're pretty good at wide receiver. I'd be excited if we had Justin Jefferson. Sure. That's not happening. I know. I'm just like, I don't know if there's any spot on offense that you could add a guy. Like, I'd be excited about Tyler Linderbaum. That would be pretty damn good to have your center position locked up for the next decade. But I don't know if anybody out there could get me more fired up than that Jeffrey Simmons acquisition, which again, I think is a less than 1% of 1% chance of happening.
Right. And it speaks to as well, there are much lesser players than Jeffrey Simmons that if they got him to play interior defensive line, I'd be excited about it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Right. Like Simmons would be the absolute top. It's the top of my priority list. And if they were able to land the best player in the National Football League at the thing that I consider to be their biggest need. Yeah. Like I got absolutely.
It, right.
I'd be doing jumping jacks.
I'm stating the obvious here, but that would be I don't think Max Crosby would be great and he'd be a great DNA guy,
sure.
I think as well. But Jeffrey Simmons just slides in there perfectly, and then we can all readjust today's top five.
I would love to see him trying to wreck house against the Titans.
Oh, it'd be so fun.
Holy cow.
It'd be so fun. All right. Tony Smith going to take us around the NFL.
I finally got him.
Got him.
No, I was trying to load something into the system.
Go on,
and
Coach.
oh, God. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Oh, God, here we go.
Ian Rappaport reported yesterday that the Atlanta Falcons will use the franchise tag on tight end Kyle Pitts and continue to work on getting a long-term deal done. When the tag is applied, the Falcons will have until July 15th to work out a long-term deal with Pitts, or he would play on the $16.3 million franchise number for the 2026 season for tight ends. Dallas team executive Stephen Jones said yesterday that the Cowboys are leaning towards using the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens, which would pay him $28.8 million for the 2026 season. Fernando Mendoza said over the weekend that he won't participate in on-field workouts at the Combine this week. Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love, who is listed as as high as the number 2 prospect in the draft, will participate in drills, as will Ohio State edge Arvell Reese and Buckeyes linebacker Sonny Styles. Kansas City has released defensive end Mike Dana, saving them nearly $9 million against their cap. And New England is releasing running back Antonio Gibson with a failed physical designation.
Tore that ACL last year, right? Was kind of in the mix early in the season, or they thought he would be more than it turned out. Obviously, they drafted Travian Henderson, and Ramondre had a bounce-back year as well. Ravens said to be making a market-setting offer to Tyler Linderbaum, which the franchise tag, the number would be up over like $23 million for an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
The current high water mark is $18 million at center, so somewhere in between, right? They were not willing to tag him. They were not willing to pick up the fifth-year option, which is, again, reflective of all the offensive line rolled in together. But they are apparently willing to make him the highest-paid center in the league. Is somebody willing to top that? We'll find out soon enough in free agency. Give me some time. Give me just all I want. Just all I want. It's pretty simple. Just give me Tyler Linderbaum, Jeffrey Simmons, and let's trade up into the late first and get a starting caliber corner.
Oh, is that
back. That's all. That'd be a pretty good offseason. Get that done, James Gladstone, please. All right, when we return, we'll look at any outliers that may have made it into today's Tuesday Top 5 from our listener submissions today, and we'll wrap things up on Jaguars Today, straight ahead on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Big Number One Duval Ford. Yeah, it's truck time going on right now. You're going to get massive discounts, over $10,000 off select models. Savings you're not going to get anywhere else. And in addition to getting great deals on vehicles at Duval Ford, great service department as well. Fantastic. And they'll come to you with mobile service, including oil changes. We're going to have some of our listeners on site at 1010XL taking advantage of that tomorrow. Your next truck could be waiting for you at Big Number One Duval Ford. Your next oil change and service as well. Visit DuvalFord.com or stop by the showroom at 1616 Cassett Avenue. That's Duval Ford.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world number 1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
Jaguars Today Tuesday.
Protected by Shillington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
What Baltimore Orioles player received a 22-minute standing ovation?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowner's policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Cal Ripken holds the record of playing 2,632 consecutive games. On his final game, the Oriole great received a 22-minute standing ovation.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Are high-interest credit cards and other loans sucking the life out of your finances? It's time to say no more. Let Loan Pronto tap the equity on your home and get the cash you need now so you can pay it all off. Hey, it's Prosser here. Corey and Jack called Loan Pronto in a matter of days. They had $160,000. They kept their 3% mortgage intact, didn't even need an appraisal, and with all that cash, they wiped out all their credit cards and 2 car loans, saving $2,000 a month. You can do it too. LoanPronto.com, the rapid equity loan program, can get you $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 in cash. Chloe and Ethan just did it. Consolidated all their high-interest debt into one super low monthly payment, giving them an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine, pay off all the credit cards, slash your monthly payments, breathe easier. Get your life back. Interest rates are at 3-year lows. Call Loan Pronto today, 904-999-1500. That's 904-999-1500. Or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Most people think we only know sports around here, but they're wrong. Frank Frangie here. I also know who to turn to when I need a floral arrangement, and that's Kuhn Flowers. When you need to send that someone something special, rely on Kuhn Flowers, online at kuhnflowers.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Yeah, you start me sigh right there. Like, I don't believe this. I heard this the other day, and I couldn't believe it, and I guess it's been true now for the last couple of years. Dr. Pepper is the second most popular soda in America.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, how can something that tastes disgusting be number 2, RJ? How is this possible?
Because that's what they use.
Sip my Dr. Pepper.
That's what I was going to say. That's what they use in ice cream floats, isn't it? Dr. Pepper?
No, that's root beer.
Root beer.
Root beer?
Yeah,
it's a root beer.
I thought somebody.
Like, to
it's
me,
fizzier.
Dr. Pepper, root beer, Mr. Pibb, Dr. Check. If you're going down the more affordable brand, they're all the same category of swill to me.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not a huge Dr. Pepper.
Apologies
fan
to our great
I agree
sponsors.
with America.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper is my favorite
No,
soda.
Coke is number 1.
Yeah.
Sprite's number 3 ahead of Pepsi.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Makes sense to me.
All right.
I was
that's
always
fine.
a Mountain Dew guy.
Pepsi messed up, man. They changed the formula for that real sugar. Now they have that, like, they call it the soda stream or I don't know. It's supposed to be like soda fat. Does not taste the same. I was your #1 purchaser of that Pepsi with real sugar. Tony will tell you back in the day. And it's a good thing they switched because I'd probably be dead right now, RJ. I was just consuming, I mean, at my peak, 18 a day.
18 a day?
15 a day. All right.
15 a
We'll call
day.
it 15.
Shamed him down to 15.
I'm sure I have had 18 in a day, but I'd wake up in the morning, bro.
Are we talking like the small bottles?
Like a 12 ounce can.
Well, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's still
That's
not.
nothing
I know
small
that.
Small
about
cans
that.
are like 7.5
I know,
ounces.
but I'm just saying, like 15 or
that was
18
then.
of
This
them?
is now.
Right.
I mean, so it's changed, but I used
Mountain
to,
Dew was
I used
my
to
kryptonite.
mainline that stuff.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, let's take a look today if we got any submissions outside the range that we're talking about. We are looking for the top 5 positions Jags likely to have a new starter at. Let's see, running back, right guard, cornerback, wide receiver, linebacker, wide receiver. Okay, you're going with Parker Washington in this one for Cody, who said that. That's different. People have mentioned tackle, and that could be tricky because you could flop tackles and you have 2 new starters, right? I mean, I think that would count. If you say, well, here are my offensive tackles. Well, yeah, it's going to be Cole Van Landen and Anton Harrison. But I think you can make the case for flip-flop. And although we're several years into the Anton Harrison career, and there's been no indication that any coaching staff is going to try him on the left side.
Yeah. Last offseason when we were having the conversations about Anton Harrison, and we said, what is a breakout season for Anton going into this year? And we said, breakout season for Anton is, are you chirping for them to get the extension done now? when we get to the end of the season. So are we chirping for the extension to get done for Anton?
I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to be shocked, right? Or at least, you can make the argument that he was the best offensive lineman, and many have last year. But, I don't know.
I would love for them to get it done just so it would be done. Like that kind of thing. Like I see it as a player that they're going to keep in Jacksonville, right? So if they want to get it done now, get it done now. But it's not like we come off the season and go, get it done now. Like that's not the energy we have for it.
I had a few people mention nickel corner with Ransaw maybe factoring in there. It's something we've discussed as well. We'll see how it all plays out, man. That is one of the great mysteries to me at the moment for the 2026 Jacksonville Jaguars is the health status of Caleb Ransaw. I have no idea. No idea. It's been, pretty much radio silence on that. Not that they have to tell you, but I'd like to know where they think he's at, and maybe we'll find that out in the days and weeks ahead. But that's going to be it for our time today, so let's welcome in XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Matty Hayes, hello.
I'd like to know the status on Travis Hunter, his health status.
Yeah, everything I get from that is I've heard them say we expect Travis will be fine, 100% fine. Like, I haven't heard that same from Ransaw, right? Like, I'm with you. I'd like more because Travis is so pivotal to the future of this organization. I'd like to hear more.
Yeah, I'd like to hear he's working out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I don't get my sense, and it's just the sense, is that he's going to be able to hit the ground running. With Ransaw, to me, it's been like out of sight, out of mind entirely. What went from he's going to be sidelined for maybe a week or whatever to shutting him down completely with no chance of returning before he ever stepped foot on the field. That worries me a little bit, and that's a complete wild card, Matt. Do they have him in the mix? That was their second highest pick last year. If he's in the mix, they're probably expecting him to push to win a starting job in that secondary. Right? And if not, that's another hole that you're potentially opening up.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm not only him. I'm also interested in Wyatt Milum's health. I mean, he obviously at the end of the season he had returned, but what's he like now? Is he ready to go? Is he 100% full?
Right, and he got behind because of training camp.
Right,
well,
but he
got healthy.
Those are their first 3 picks. Yeah.
When you think about it, what they got out of that rookie group, they got Bajal Tootin as your number 2 running back, right? You've got Quint Allen as a third down guy. Monheim filled in here a little bit, and you got some special teams contributions.
Yeah.
That's really what you got out of it, other than the first 7 or 8 games out of Travis Hunter, right? And from that point on, and let's hope that look, for a team that's tight against the cap and doesn't have a first-round pick, those guys improving is big.
Let's hope they're ready to play.
No doubt. What's coming up today?
All right, we're going to talk a little Jags. We're also going to get into this interesting event down in Gainesville last night at Spurrier's Grill. Steve Spurrier had his little annual, I should say.
Did it involve Urban Meyer?
It in a way.
Oh,
in a way.
And we're definitely tuning in now.
He had a little his annual get-together for the best first-year coach, best first-year player, and Mario Cristobal showed up, and Kirby Smart showed up, and it was a little mini roast kind of evolving.
Oh.
So it's very good audio.
Do tune in. I'm unaware of this story. This fell outside my purview today, so definitely
you'll enjoy it.
Locked in on primetime. Matt, have a good show. All right, there he goes. The next 2 hours of Big Sirs and Joe C. Of course, Matt Hayes will have it for you as well. That'll do it for us today. RJ, efforting Josh Edwards tomorrow. We good with him or efforting? What stage are we at?
Just waiting on his confirmation.
Okay, so efforting. I'll still put that in the efforting category. Awaiting confirmation. So we'll talk a little draft tomorrow with the Combine opening up and other Jaguar-related stuff. Thanks for playing along today. Always appreciate you being out there in the listening audience. For Tony Smith and RJ Saunders, I'm Mike Dempsey. XL Primetime is next on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. 1010XL puts the ball